Every 4 years, billions of people around the world pick a team that is not their own and decide to care about it deeply. Some people pick Brazil because of the way they play, some pick France because of the talent, some pick Argentina because of who is running the show. And some people, a lot of people, have absolutely no idea who to pick yet and are just figuring out what a World Cup favorite actually means. This video is for all of them. Let us start with what the word actually means. A World Cup favorite is not just a good team. The World Cup is 6 rounds of elimination. To win it, a team needs to be good on a Tuesday afternoon. When the humidity is 90% and their best player has a slight hamstring strain, they need depth. They need a goalkeeper who saves the penalty in the shootout. They need moments of individual brilliance when the system breaks down. In the history of the World Cup, the team that looked best on paper going in has often not won. 2022 is a perfect example. Germany went home in the group stage. Spain, Belgium, and Uruguay, all favorites, and went out before the quarterfinals. The eventual winner was Argentina, who spent most of the tournament looking one mistake away from disaster. That is the World Cup. So when we talk about favorites, we are talking about probability, not certainty. The most talked about favorite going into 2026 is Brazil. They are always the most talked about favorite going into every World Cup, and they have not won since 2002. But the reason people keep picking Brazil is not sentiment, it is how they play. Brazil's attacking football is genuinely different from any other team in the tournament. The movement between players is fluid and instinctive in a way that is almost impossible to prepare for. Their front players find space that other teams do not even know exists. When Brazil are at their best, defending against them is less like facing a tactical system and more like trying to solve a problem that keeps changing shape. They have the depth to rotate almost a full squad and still be competitive, and they are carrying the weight of a nation that has won this thing 5 times and knows with complete certainty that it is supposed to win it again. If Brazil has a weakness in 2026, it is in the big defensive moments of tournament football, tight games where both teams are afraid to lose. That has historically been where their exits happen. France are the defending runners-up and have a legitimate claim to being the deepest squad in this tournament. What makes France remarkable is not one star. It is the extraordinary density of talent at every position. Their bench at the 2022 final would have started for almost any other team, multiple central defenders who could start anywhere, a midfield with pace, creativity, and defensive discipline simultaneously, multiple striker options capable of scoring in a World Cup final. Kylian Mbappé scored 3 goals in the 2022 final. France still lost on penalties. That is the quality of what France brings. In 2026, they arrive fresh, motivated, and with a point to prove. If any team is capable of controlling a major tournament from start to finish through sheer technical authority, it is France. Argentina are the defending champions. They won in 2022 in what is widely considered the greatest World Cup final ever played, a match that went to extra time and penalties after France scored twice in the final 3 minutes to tie it 3-3. Argentina survived that and won. The question for 2026 is how this squad performs. Without the same peak version of Lionel Messi, he is still here. He is still contributing. But at 38 years old, the tournament cannot be built around him the way the last one was. How Argentina manages that transition, that is the story of their 2026 campaign. England have not won the World Cup since 1966, and the pressure of that fact defines every single tournament they enter. It is not irrational. England have legitimate quality. Jude Bellingham is one of the most complete midfielders in world football. Their squad has depth and experience. But England have a tournament history of creating their own problems at the worst moments. They go out to penalty shootouts with a frequency that has become a cultural reference point. An England deep run in 2026 is entirely realistic. An England win would be the biggest story in English sports since, 1966. The next tier of genuine contenders, Germany, Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. Germany enter 2026 in a rebuild. The ceiling is very high, but tournament experience is limited. Spain are technically the best team to watch in the entire field, with a possession style that suffocates opponents. Portugal have Cristiano Ronaldo in what is almost certainly his final World Cup, and the squad around him is the best it has ever been. And Morocco, do not sleep on Morocco. They reached the semifinals in 2022 as the first African nation ever to do so. They did it with deeply organized defensive football and the ability to score on any set piece. Nobody wanted to draw Morocco in 2026. That tells you what you need to know. And then there is the United States. We covered their full story in video 1. The honest answer is that they are not favorites, but in the context of this tournament, playing at home, with this specific generation of players, they are capable of beating anyone in a single game. The round of 16 is a completely realistic target. The quarterfinals would be a historic result. Whether any of that happens depends on how this team performs when it matters most. Here is the honest truth about picking a World Cup favorite. The team that lifts the trophy at MetLife Stadium in July is probably in this list. But the most interesting thing about the World Cup is that it does not have to be. Japan beat Germany and Spain in 2022. Morocco beat Spain and Portugal in the knockouts. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. The World Cup is the one tournament in world sports where the impossible feels genuinely possible every single day for 6 weeks. Pick your favorite, follow them, enjoy the chaos. Subscribe to Neil to Hero for team profiles, match previews, and everything you need to follow every round from the group stage to the final. New video every week. Drop a comment. Which team are you backing in 2026? And if it is Brazil, tell me why you think this is finally the year.